Scene 4. The Black Market. Weapons. Only one problem remained. The legal restrictions made firearms almost impossible to obtain. Fortunately, the city's underworld solved problems money could not. Late one evening, Mo Yuan entered an abandoned shipyard. Dozens of armed men silently surrounded him. Their leader stepped forward. Tall, cold, dangerously handsome. Black suit, sharp eyes. Without introducing himself, he asked, "What do you want?" Mo Yuan calmly removed the lollipop from his mouth. "I heard you can get things unavailable elsewhere." The man's expression remained unreadable. "And if I can, I need weapons." "What kind?" "Enough to survive the end of the world." Silence. Several gang members burst into laughter. The leader did not laugh. Instead, he quietly observed the young man before him. "You don't look like someone planning a robbery." Mo Yuan smiled. "I'm planning something much bigger." The leader narrowed his eyes. "My name is Lu Chen, and yours?" "Mo Yuan." The two men stared at each other. Neither looked away. Scene 5. Clash of Wits. Lu Chen slowly circled him. "You don't strike me as military." "No." "Mercenary?" "No." "Hunter?" "No." "Then why buy military equipment?" "I like collecting dangerous things." Lu Chen gave a faint smile. "I don't believe you." "I know." "Tell me the truth." "No." The surrounding gang members immediately reached for their weapons. The atmosphere turned deadly. Lu Chen raised one hand, stopping everyone. "I dislike liars." "I dislike nosy people." For several seconds, neither moved. Then both smiled at the same time. Scene 6. Their first fight. Without warning, Lu Chen attacked. His fist shot forward with explosive speed. Mo Yuan tilted his head just enough for the punch to miss his face. The lollipop never left his mouth. He countered with a palm strike. Lu Chen blocked. The warehouse exploded into chaos. The two exchanged blows with unbelievable speed. Tables shattered, steel pipes bent, wooden crates flew across the room. The gang members could only stare. Their boss, who had never met an equal, was actually being forced backward. Lu Chen's eyes filled with excitement. Mo Yuan's lips curled upward. So this world has interesting people after all. Lu Chen laughed. "For the first time in years, I've met someone worth fighting." After dozens of exchanges, both stepped back. Neither had won.
The warehouse fell silent. Lu Chen wiped a small cut from the corner of his lip. Then he laughed openly. "Interesting." He extended his hand. "I'll personally prepare your order." Within days, compound bows, crossbows, thousands of arrows, survival knives, protective armor, night vision equipment, drones, communication devices, armored off-road vehicles, heavy-duty trucks. Everything Mo Yuan requested was delivered. Before leaving, Lu Chen finally asked one last question. "Tell me honestly, what are you preparing for?" Mo Yuan looked towards the distant city lights. For the first time, his playful smile disappeared. "The world ends in 22 days. Lu Chen frowned. "You're joking." "I'm not." Mo Yuan turned toward him. "Believe it or don't. But if I were you, I'd prepare enough food, enough medicine, and enough weapons." He paused before adding quietly, "When dead people start walking, don't hesitate." Then he walked away. His red leather jacket disappeared into the darkness, leaving Lu Chen standing silently. Back at his headquarters, Lu Chen's subordinates burst into laughter. "A zombie apocalypse? Boss, that pretty guy fooled you. He's crazy." Lu Chen remained silent. He replayed the conversation in his mind. Mo Yuan had never once acted like a liar. His eyes had been completely serious. After several minutes, Lu Chen stood. "Triple our food reserves, buy fuel, secure medicine, secure generators, double weapon production." The room fell silent. One subordinate asked carefully, "Boss, do you actually believe him?" Lu Chen looked toward the night sky. "I don't know, but my instincts have never been wrong. If he's lying, we lose some money. If he's telling the truth, we save thousands of lives." Far away, standing atop his mountain fortress, Mo Yuan smiled faintly as if someone had finally listened. "Interesting. Perhaps this world won't be so lonely after all."
Act 4. The Day the World Ends. Scene 1. The last peaceful morning. Day 0. The morning sun shone brightly over the city. Children laughed on their way to school. Office workers hurried through busy streets with coffee in their hands. Traffic filled every road. Restaurants welcomed customers. Hospitals operated as usual. Everything appeared perfectly normal. Inside the mountain fortress, however, Mu Wan leisurely lay on a luxurious black leather lounge facing an enormous 85-inch television. Base system quietly floated before him. Countdown, 0 hours, 0 minutes, 8 seconds. Mu Wan smiled faintly. It's beginning. Scene 2. The world stops. The countdown reached 0. Nothing happened. 1 second, 5 seconds, 30 seconds. Muon calmly picked up another strawberry lollipop. Patience. Suddenly, emergency broadcasts interrupted every television channel. Breaking news! A mysterious infectious disease has appeared simultaneously across multiple countries. Citizens are advised to remain calm. Helicopter footage showed hospitals overflowing with patients suffering high fever, bleeding eyes, and violent seizures. Government officials insisted everything was under control. Muon quietly switched channels. Every country showed the same thing. His expression remained completely calm. They're already too late. Scene 3. Humanity's first day. By afternoon, the first patient died. 5 minutes later, he stood back up. The doctor trying to save him became the first victim. Inside the emergency room, screams erupted. Doctors fled, nurses cried, patients bit one another. Security cameras captured the impossible. Within hours, every major city descended into chaos. Television broadcasts became increasingly desperate. Please stay indoors. Do not approach infected individuals. Military forces are responding. Muon simply leaned back on the sofa, crossed one leg over the other, and quietly watched the collapse of civilization unfold across the giant television screen. Exactly as the novel described.
As the last beast lowered its head, the blue holographic screen suddenly appeared. A clear mechanical voice echoed through the fortress. Main mission updated. Humanity's final hope has been selected. Objective: rescue the 5 Destiny ability users. One by one, 5 glowing portraits appeared on the screen. Number 1, the water ability user. Number 2, the plant ability user. Number 3, the fire ability user. Number 4, the dual thunder and gravity ability user. Number 5, the clairvoyant doctor. Each portrait was accompanied by a countdown indicating how long remained before their deaths if left alone. Mo Yan's relaxed smile slowly disappeared. He stood up from the lounge, removed the lollipop from his mouth, and looked toward the burning horizon through the massive floor-to-ceiling windows. So, my work finally begins. Behind him, the mutated wolf let out a thunderous howl. Hundreds of mutated beasts answered from every direction. The beast army had assembled. Outside the fortress walls, the world had fallen. Inside, humanity's strongest survivor quietly prepared to rewrite destiny.
Act 4. The first Destiny user. Alexi, the water ability user. Scene 1. Parents' Day. 1 week after the apocalypse. The once lively university campus had become a prison. Inside a locked classroom on the 4th floor, Alexi stood, a 19-year-old college student, clutching a metal pipe with trembling hands. Outside, endless zombies wandered through the campus. Today had originally been Parents' and Teachers' Day. Because many parents had visited the university that morning, hundreds of civilians became trapped when the virus suddenly erupted. Fortunately, Alexi's classroom contained several fathers, older male students, teachers, mothers, and female students. Working together, they barricaded the classroom and rationed their remaining food. Although frightened, they refused to abandon one another. Scene 2. The survivors asking for help. 3 days later, desperate knocking echoed through the hallway. "Please, we have children with us. We'll die if you don't open the door." Through the classroom window, Alexi saw several exhausted adults carrying frightened children. Unable to ignore them, the group voted to let them inside. The survivors thanked everyone repeatedly. That night, the newcomers secretly mixed sleeping pills into the communal drinking water. One after another, everyone collapsed unconscious. When Alexi opened her eyes the following morning, the classroom had become a prison. The armed newcomers had taken control. The children had only been used to gain everyone's trust. The captors confiscated all food, medicine, and weapons. The stronger adults were forced to leave the building every day to search for supplies, while the captors hoarded most of the food for themselves and kept the others hungry and obedient. Anyone who resisted was beaten or locked in storage rooms. Days later, Alexi's father could no longer endure watching everyone starve. Together with Alexi's mother, 2 younger twin brothers, several teachers, and other parents, they attempted to fight back. The revolt failed. The captors surrounded them. Their leader sneered. "If you won't obey, then feed the zombies." The barricaded front entrance was opened. Dozens of hungry zombies immediately rushed inside. The captors quickly retreated upstairs, locking the stairwell behind them. From the upper floor, they watched with cruel smiles. Outside the university, hidden among the surrounding trees, Mo Yan quietly watched everything. Beside him stood a gigantic mutated black wolf, while enormous ravens perched silently above. The space system floated before him. Target located. Destiny ability user number 1, Alexi. Ability status dormant. Estimated awakening 00:23:77. The wolf growled softly. Mo Yan gently stroked its head. "Not yet. If I interfere now, her ability will never awaken." The mutated beasts immediately became silent. Mo Yan continued watching calmly. Inside the university, the zombies closed in. Alexi's father and brothers desperately fought to protect everyone. One teacher was bitten. Another parent fell. Alexi's breathing became faster. Her vision blurred. Suddenly, one zombie lunged toward her younger brother. No! At that instant, brilliant blue light erupted from Alexi's body. Water burst from every broken pipe, drinking fountain, and rooftop water tank. Powerful streams smashed zombies into walls. Water formed protective barriers around her family. Everyone froze in disbelief. She has powers. Alexi herself stared at her glowing hands. I did this? But the awakening consumed too much energy. Her legs gave out. A zombie charged straight toward her. Her mother screamed, "Alexi, behind you!" Before the zombie could reach her, a black blare flashed across the battlefield. The mutated black wolf crushed the zombie under one enormous paw. The entire campus became silent. A calm voice echoed through the corridor. "Finish them." Hundreds of mutated beasts poured into the university. Black wolves, mutated bears, crimson ravens, gigantic serpents. Within minutes, every zombie inside the campus had been eliminated. The survivors stood frozen. Then, Moyan slowly walked forward, red leather jacket fluttering gently, strawberry lollipop resting between his lips. He smiled calmly. "It seems I arrived at the right time." The captors attempted to escape. Moyan did not stop them. Instead, he looked toward the rescued survivors. "Here's yours." The survivors immediately understood. Months of fear and starvation erupted all at once. Parents, teachers, students, everyone rushed toward the captors. When it was over, the captors had been thoroughly beaten and left crippled to fend for themselves against zombies. Moyan simply turned away. "The zombies will judge them. I am a very good person. I don't like bloodying my precious hands, okay?"
After leaving the university, a little far away, a massive armored truck waited. Mo Yuan opened the rear door. "If you choose to follow me, I'll protect every one of you. But remember my rules. Never betray me, never try to steal what's not yours, and never challenge the authority of my fortress. If anyone breaks those rules, I'll personally remove them from my territory and throw you to zombies as food. But don't worry, I am not cruel, boss. I'm basically a very good person, okay?" He smiles. But silence followed. Everyone scared of Mo Yuan and thought, if you're really a good person, you wouldn't threaten everyone to throw them to zombies just because of not following rules. Everyone hesitated, but then Alexi's father stepped forward first. "We'll follow you." One by one, everyone nodded. Scene 9, a miracle. As the convoy traveled through the mountains, the system suddenly displayed an alert. Hidden bloodline detected. Relationship confirmed. Alexi's family equals host's biological family. Mo Yan's calm expression froze. What? Before he could react, Alexi's mother stared at him. Her eyes filled with tears. Her hands trembled. Slowly, she reached behind his ear. There, hidden beneath his hair, was a tiny crescent-shaped birthmark. Her voice broke. "My son!" She burst into tears and embraced him tightly. His father looked at Mo Yan's face before beginning to cry as well. "You have my eyes. We searched for you for 20 years. Alexi covered her mouth in shock. The twin brothers rushed forward. "Big brother, we finally found you." The entire family hugged him while crying uncontrollably. For the first time in 2 lifetimes, Mo Yan did not know what to say. He simply stood there, quietly allowing himself to be embraced. For the first time, he understood what it truly meant to have someone cry for him as a family.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Jasmine BL Stories. Then let's get into the story.
Scene 10, the hidden fortress. Hours later, the convoy entered the mountains. After passing through countless hidden routes, camouflage gates, and secret tunnels, a gigantic fortress appeared before everyone's eyes. Massive walls stretched across the mountain. Watchtowers overlooked the forests. Solar panels covered the rooftops. Wind turbines spun silently. Armored vehicles patrolled the roads. Mutated wolves guarded the entrance without attacking anyone. Everyone stood speechless. Alexi whispered, "This place is another world." Mo Yuan smiled faintly. "Welcome home." The survivors were settled into clean apartments inside the fortress. That night, for the first time in many years, Mo Yan sat quietly beside his biological parents, Alexi and his twin brothers, as they shared a peaceful meal together. Outside, the apocalypse continued.
Act 6,
Inside,
the Chef
family,
of Hope.
once torn apart
Scene
by
1,
fate, had
building a
finally been
real home.
reunited.
Several days after rescuing Alexine and the other survivors, the hidden mountain fortress slowly transformed from a shelter into a functioning community. Standing before everyone in the central plaza, Mo Yan looked over the growing crowd. "I don't intend to rule every small matter. I'll only interfere when necessary. I'm creating 3 divisions." A holographic screen appeared above him. Explorer Group, responsible for leaving the fortress to search for food, fuel, medicine, useful equipment, survivors, and construction materials. Production Group, responsible for cooking, farming, water purification, repairs, cleaning, tailoring, medical assistance, and all daily operations inside the fortress. Guardian Group, responsible for patrolling the walls, guarding entrances, resolving disputes, maintaining order, and protecting civilians. If someone repeatedly causes trouble, Mo Yan continued calmly, lock them up. When I return, I'll decide their punishment. Everyone nodded. His rules were simple, clear, fair. Scene 2, unexpected administrators. Mo Yan's biological father stepped forward. "What about administration?" Mo Yan shrugged. "You handle it." The crowd blinked.
You trust us that much? His mother asked. Mo Yan placed another strawberry lollipop into his mouth. I hate paperwork. I hate meetings. I hate listening to people argue. So, I'm leaving it to you. His parents laughed helplessly. His father accepted responsibility for security records, supply allocation, and work assignments. His mother organized food distribution, healthcare, housing, and daily schedules. Unknown to everyone, the system quietly displayed another notification visible only to Mo Yan. Hidden mission. Observe your family's leadership. Evaluate fairness. Evaluate corruption. Evaluate compassion. Reward depends on results. Mo Yan silently smiled. If they're truly my family, they won't disappoint me. Scene 3. A new name. That evening, Alexei together with her mischievous twin brothers wandered around the fortress looking at the enormous sign above the entrance. Dragon Fortress. The twins immediately burst into laughter. What kind of old-fashioned name is this? Alexei covered her mouth while giggling. It sounds like something from an ancient martial arts novel. One twin shouted toward Mo Yan. Big brother, we're changing it. Mo Yan looked up lazily from the maintenance reports he wasn't reading. Do whatever you want. The three siblings excitedly painted a new sign. Beast Mountain Safe Base. The twins proudly stepped back. There, much better. Mo Yan looked at the sign for several seconds before smiling. It's acceptable. Everyone laughed. For the first time since the apocalypse, the fortress felt like home. Scene 4. The Ability User Team. Early the following morning, Mo Yan gathered every awakened ability user. At present, only 2 members stood before him. Alexei. Water Ability. Mo Yan. Beast Tamer. Our next mission begins today. The system displayed another red notification. Destiny Ability User number 2 located. Name, Aiden. Plant Ability. Survival Probability, 14%. Mo Yan looked toward Alexei. Ready? She confidently smiled. This time, we'll save him. The armored vehicle slowly disappeared into the mountain forest.
Several hours later, inside a ruined shopping district, a middle-aged chef fought desperately against dozens of zombies. His kitchen knife had become chipped. His clothes were stained with blood. Yet, he refused to retreat. He searched every abandoned restaurant, every apartment, every supermarket, calling only one name. Lily, Dad is here. Please answer me. Unknown to him, tiny green vines quietly grew wherever his blood touched the ground. His plant ability had already awakened, but grief prevented him from noticing. Scene 6. Rescue. A zombie horde suddenly surrounded him. More than 100 infected closed in from every direction. The exhausted chef smiled bitterly. I guess I'm finally coming to find you. Just then, a deafening wolf howl echoed through the streets. Several gigantic mutated wolves leaped from nearby rooftops. A massive black bear smashed through the zombie horde. Mutated ravens attacked from above. Within moments, the battlefield became completely one-sided. Standing atop an abandoned bus, Mo Yan calmly watched the battle while casually eating a strawberry lollipop. Alexei manipulated streams of water into razor-sharp whips, sweeping dozens of zombies away. Only minutes later, silence returned. The chef stared blankly. You saved me. Mo Yan smiled gently. No, you survived. We simply arrived. Scene 7. A Father's Hope. That evening, while resting beside a campfire, the chef quietly unpacked a small lunchbox. He carefully divided the food into 2 portions, one for himself, one placed beside him. Alexei looked around. There isn't anyone there. The chef smiled gently at the empty seat. Lily, eat before it gets cold. The surrounding survivors lowered their heads. No one had the heart to tell him that his daughter had probably never survived the first week. Mo Yan quietly stopped Alexei before she could speak. Let him keep his hope. Sometimes, hope is what keeps people alive. The chef continued talking softly to the empty space, as if his daughter were sitting beside him. No one laughed. No one mocked him. Only silence answered.
Scene 8. The Green Miracle. After returning to Beast Mountain Safe Base, Mo Yan led the chef toward the Underground Agricultural Research Center. 2 male scientists, 2 women botanists, 1 farmer family of all ages, agricultural engineering students. From the people Mo Yan had rescued earlier, those with talents and passion stood waiting. The chef looked around in disbelief. So many people. Mo Yan nodded. We need food, don't we? Anyways, from my experience with ability users, you've already awakened a plant ability. Aiden frowned. I have? Following the system's guidance, Mo Yan patiently instructed him. The moment Aiden concentrated, tiny green vines emerged from his fingertips. Dry wheat seeds suddenly sprouted. Vegetable seedlings grew rapidly. Rice shoots became healthy within minutes. The entire greenhouse erupted in cheers. Aiden stared at his hands. I can grow food? Mo Yan playfully replied, well, it's more like plants, but sure, call it food, since we will eat it after cooking anyways. Others were dumbfounded, with deadpan expressions. Later, it was secretly spread around the camp that their boss, leader, makes dumb dad jokes, and that we should pretend it's funny and laugh. Tears slowly filled Chef Aiden's eyes. For the first time since losing his daughter, he smiled. Scene 10. The First Celebration. That night, the courtyard filled with laughter. Large barbecue grills covered the plaza. Fresh vegetables from the greenhouse, roasted meat, hot soup, steaming rice. Music echoed between the fortress walls. Children played safely. The twins challenged everyone to games. Alexei laughed until tears formed. Mo Yan quietly sat beside his family, watching, listening. For the first time in either of his lives, he experienced an ordinary evening. No cultivation wars, no betrayals, no endless battles. Only warmth, only family, only friends. The chef stood and raised a cup of tea. To Beast Mountain Safe Base. To everyone we saved and everyone we'll save tomorrow. Hundreds of voices answered together. Cheers echoed across the mountain. Far beyond the fortress walls, the apocalypse still consumed the world, but inside Beast Mountain Safe Base, hope had taken root.
Hey, don't forget to give thumbs up, give me a comment, and subscribe to see part 2. Now let's get into the story.
6. Fire in the darkness. The third Destiny target. The military van sped through the abandoned city as black smoke rose from burning buildings. Zombies wandered the empty streets while distant screams echoed through the silent morning. Inside the van, Mu Yan's expression suddenly turned serious. A blue screen appeared before his eyes. System mission updated. Third Destiny target located. Name, Kai. Age, 17. Future ability, fire. Status, extreme danger. Time remaining, 18 minutes. Mu Yan's crimson eyes narrowed. We're changing direction. Alexei is sitting in the passenger seat, looked back in surprise. What happened? The third Destiny target is nearby. Without another word, the convoy turned toward a deserted industrial district. A family's betrayal. An old warehouse stood in the middle of the ruined neighborhood. Inside, frightened cries echoed through the darkness. A skinny teenage boy was tied to a rusted chair. Bruises covered his arms, and dried blood stained his torn clothes. Around him stood several armed gang members. One of them laughed as he counted bags of rice. So, your family sold you for this much? Another tossed a loaf of bread toward an elderly couple standing nearby. The old woman avoided the boy's tear-filled eyes. We had no choice. We wanted to live. The old man lowered his head. Forgive us. The teenage boy laughed bitterly. You sold your own grandson for food. One gangster grabbed the boy's chin. Don't worry, another buyer is coming. They pay better for awakened ability users. The boy slowly closed his eyes. His heart finally broke. So even my family never wanted me. Fire born from despair. An unbearable heat spread through the warehouse. The ropes binding the boy suddenly ignited. Orange flames burst from his body like an exploding volcano. The terrified gang members stumbled backward. What is happening? The boy screamed. His fire ability awakened in the middle of absolute despair. Flames engulfed the room. The gang members drew their weapons. Kill him! Before anyone could pull the trigger, the warehouse doors exploded inward. A giant mutated black wolf charged through the smoke with a deafening roar. Behind it walked Mo Yuan. His long red leather jacket fluttered in the hot wind as a lollipop rested lazily between his lips. His crimson eyes swept across the warehouse. So, I found you. The gang members pointed their guns. Who are you? Mo Yuan sighed. I hate people who sell children. He snapped his fingers. The mutated wolf leaped forward. Mutated ravens smashed through broken windows. A giant serpent burst from beneath the concrete floor. Within seconds, the warehouse became a battlefield. Screams echoed through the flames. The gang stood no chance against the beast tamer. In only a few moments, silence returned. The criminals were gone. Only burning ashes remained. An outstretched hand. The teenage boy stared blankly at the young man standing before him. Mo Yuan slowly walked closer. He removed his jacket and gently draped it over the trembling boy's shoulders. You don't have to fight anymore. The boy looked at him cautiously. Why? Why save me? Mo Yuan smiled faintly. Because no child deserves to be abandoned. The boy lowered his head. I don't have anywhere to go. Then come with me. We'll build a place where no one has to be sold just to survive. The teenage boy hesitated for a long time. Finally, he nodded once. The silent journey home. The military van drove quietly toward the mountain base. No one spoke. The teenage boy sat beside the window with his knees pulled close to his chest. His eyes remained fixed outside. Whenever someone looked at him, he instinctively flinched. Alexei wanted to comfort him several times, but couldn't find the right words. The chef quietly tightened his grip on the steering wheel. Even Mo Wan remained silent. Some wounds could not be healed with words. A new beginning. The enormous steel gates of the mountain fortress slowly opened. Waiting outside were the cheerful twins who had become part of the growing family. They waved excitedly. Welcome home! The boy immediately stepped behind Mo Wan, avoiding everyone's eyes. The twins exchanged worried glances, but simply smiled. It's okay. You don't have to talk. We'll wait. Days turned into trust. The first few days passed quietly. The boy rarely left his room. He ate alone. He spoke to no one. Whenever footsteps approached, he became tense. The twins never forced conversations. Instead, they left snacks outside his door every morning. Alexei quietly invited him to help water the greenhouse. The chef always prepared an extra dessert without saying a word. Mo Wan never asked questions. He simply knocked once each evening. Dinner. Nothing more, nothing less. Slowly, the boy began joining everyone at the dinner table. At first, he remained silent. Then, he started answering with small nods. Eventually, a faint smile appeared whenever the twins argued about something silly. The mountain fortress no longer felt like a prison. It felt like home. The ability team. One evening, after dinner, everyone gathered in the training hall. Mo Yuan looked at the young man. You've learned to control your flames, but power alone isn't enough. He extended his hand. Join our ability users team. We protect people. We protect this home. The young man stared at him for a long moment. Then he stepped forward. He dropped to one knee. His voice trembled, but this time it carried conviction instead of fear. From today onward, my life belongs to you. I will follow you, brother. Mo Yuan gently helped him to his feet. No, your life belongs to yourself. I'll simply walk beside you. For the first time since the apocalypse began, the young man smiled without fear. The entire team applauded. Even the twins wiped away happy tears. The next destiny. A familiar blue screen appeared before Mo Yuan. System mission updated. Fourth destiny target identified. Name, Liu Chen. Future abilities, thunder and gravity. Status, surrounded by a level 4 zombie horde. Time limit, 2 days. Failure is not permitted. Mo Yuan's smile slowly disappeared. So, it's finally time to meet him again. Far away, dark storm clouds gathered over the largest survivor base. Lightning flashed across the sky. The next battle had already begun. Act 7. Reunion with the Mafia King. The fourth destiny target. The morning sun illuminated the endless ruins as Mo Yan stood atop the fortress wall, a strawberry lollipop resting lazily between his lips. A familiar blue holographic screen appeared before him. System mission updated. Fourth destiny target located. Name, Liu Chen. Future abilities, thunder, gravity. Current status, safe zone number 1, surrounded by an S-class zombie tide. Time remaining, 1 day, 21 hours. Mission, rescue Liu Chen. Mo Yan quietly closed the system window. It seems it's finally time to meet him again. Safe zone number 1. Miles away, a massive survivor city stood behind towering concrete walls. Thousands of survivors fought desperately. Cannons roared. Ability users exhausted themselves one after another. Outside the walls, an endless sea of zombies stretched to the horizon. Millions. Among them walked dozens of terrifying mutated zombies. At the highest watchtower stood Liu Chen. His black military coat fluttered violently. Blue lightning danced around his body, while invisible gravity crushed hundreds of zombies below. Commander, we're running out of ammunition. Another soldier shouted. The western wall has collapsed. Liu Chen calmly looked at the endless zombie tide. So, is this where humanity ends? The Beast King's arrival. A deafening wolf howl echoed across the battlefield. Everyone froze. The zombie tide suddenly became restless. Thousands of mutated beasts charged from the surrounding mountains. A giant black wolf. Hundreds of mutated wolves. Mutated bears. Black ravens darkened the sky. Massive serpents burst from beneath the ground. At their center, Mo Yan walked forward calmly with one hand in his pocket. His crimson leather jacket fluttered behind him. The familiar strawberry lollipop rested between his lips. Liu Shen's usually cold eyes widened slightly. You? Mo Yan looked up and smiled. I came. Fighting side by side. The fortress gates opened. Liu Shen leapt from the city wall. Blue lightning exploded beneath his feet. Mo Yan snapped his fingers. His contracted beasts charged into battle. Alexi's water dragon swept away hundreds of zombies. The chef's gigantic thorn vines trapped mutated monsters. Kai stood fearlessly beside Mo Yan. His fire ability erupted into a blazing phoenix that soared across the battlefield. The phoenix's flames collided with Liu Shen's thunderstorm. Fire and lightning illuminated the battlefield like the end of the world. Liu Shen smiled slightly. So you really were preparing for this? Mo Yan casually shrugged. I told you nothing. For the first time in years, Liu Shen laughed. A genuine laugh. His soldiers stared in disbelief. When was the last time Commander smiled? I've never seen it. Together, the two strongest ability users carved a path through the zombie oceans. After hours of relentless fighting, the last S-class zombie finally fell. Cheers erupted across the battlefield. Humanity had survived. Again. A victory without a home. As the smoke cleared, silence followed. Safe sound number 1 had won, but it was nearly gone. The outer walls had completely collapsed. Half the buildings lay in ruins. Food warehouses burned. The power station was destroyed. Thousands of survivors silently stared at the remains of the city they had built. Liu Chen lowered his head. There's nothing left. Mo Yan walked beside him. There is. Liu Chen looked at him. My home. Come with me. I have room for everyone. The journey home. For the next 2 days, long convoys of military trucks crossed abandoned highways. Thousands of survivors followed behind Mo Yan's convoy. Mutated beasts silently escorted them from the forests. Not a single zombie dared approach. The survivors watched in amazement. So many mutated beasts. Are they protecting us? He's actually commanding them. Liu Chen simply smiled, as expected of him. A fortress beyond imagination. The enormous steel gates slowly opened. Everyone stopped walking. Before them stood a magnificent mountain fortress. Hundreds of solar panels glared beneath the afternoon sun. Hydroponic farms covered entire hillsides. Watchtowers surrounded the valley. Mutated beasts peacefully patrolled beside human guards. Children laughed inside the safe zone. Waterfalls flowed into crystal clear reservoirs. Survivors from safe zone number 1 stood speechless. This is paradise. Even Liu Chen couldn't hide his surprise. You built all this in 1 month? Mo Yan smirked. I stayed busy. The unexpected boyfriend. After assigning everyone temporary housing, Liu Chen suddenly spoke. I'll stay beside Mo Yun. Everyone turned to him. Alexi blinked. Why? Liu Chen answered naturally. So that I can protect him. Mo Yun nearly choked on his lollipop. Protect me? Liu Chen nodded seriously. I promised I'd stay by his side, and after everything we've been through, it's only natural. The twins gasped dramatically. Alexi covered her mouth. The chef slowly looked between the two men. Mo Yun's biological mother smiled warmly. So, you've been together since before the apocalypse? Liu Chen calmly replied. Something like that. Mo Yun's father laughed. We support both of you. As long as you're happy, we don't care whether you love a man or a woman. Mo Yun's eyes widened. The strawberry lollipop slipped from his mouth and hit the floor. What? The twins were already whispering excitedly. So handsome. They're perfect together. Alexi smiled brightly. I finally have a brother-in-law. Mo Yun opened his mouth. No, wait. Nobody listened. That evening, Liu Chen naturally helped Mo Yan's mother carry dinner. He repaired a broken chair for his father. He complimented the chef's cooking. He even helped the twins carry supplies. By dinner time, everyone adored him. Mo Yan watched the scene in complete disbelief. His mother happily placed more food into Liu Chen's bowl. Eat more. You're too thin. His father laughed. Treat this place like your own home. The twins immediately volunteered. We'll clean the room next to brother Mo Yan. It's already prepared. Liu Chen smiled politely. Thank you. Mo Yan stared silently. When did this happen?
Late that night, Mo Yuan stormed into Liu Chen's room. He grabbed Liu Chen's collar. What exactly are you playing at? Liu Chen lowered his gaze to the hand gripping his clothes. Then he leaned closer. So angry? Their faces were only inches apart. Before Mo Yuan could react, Liu Chen gently kissed him. It lasted only a brief moment. When he pulled back, a faint smile curved across his lips. My reward. For warning me before the apocalypse, and for saving my people. For a heartbeat, Mo Yuan froze. Then his face flushed with rare embarrassment. Bam! His fist landed squarely on Liu Chen's shoulder. You shameless bastard! Liu Chen laughed without any regret. You hit pretty hard. Mo Yuan glared at him, turned around and slammed the door behind him. Shameless! Outside, he pressed his hand against his own racing heartbeat. Impossible! In 2 lifetimes, no one had ever stirred his emotions so easily. Inside the room, Liu Chen touched his own lips and smiled to himself. This is only the beginning. End of The Last Hope. Arc 1, The Clairvoyant Doctor's Vision. 3 months after Liu Che joined Mountain Safe Zone number 2, life gradually stabilized. Farms flourished, children laughed again, and survivors finally dared to dream of tomorrow. One afternoon, the timid clairvoyant doctor suddenly staggered inside the command center, blood trickling from his nose. His silver eyes glowed brightly. I saw it. Everyone immediately gathered around him. Mo Yuan calmly handed him a glass of water. What did you see? The doctor trembled. There is another destiny target, a woman. Everyone fell silent. The future's greatest virologist. If she dies, humanity will never discover the complete cure. A blue screen appeared before Mo Yuan. Final destiny mission. Target, Dr. Lin Xingyao. Age, 29. Ability, life resonance. Profession, infectious disease researcher. Current status, captured by evil base number 3. Time remaining, 48 hours. Mission reward, complete human survival. Mo Yuan smiled. So, our final mission begins. Arc 2, Evil Base number 3. Hundreds of kilometers away, Evil Base number 3 was built inside a massive abandoned military fortress. Its leader, Moryan's fake younger brother. Standing beside him were the adoptive parents who had once abandoned Moryan. The fake brother laughed while looking through reinforced glass. Inside the laboratory, a beautiful young scientist in a torn white lab coat sat handcuffed to a chair. Her long black hair was messy. Despite exhaustion, her eyes remained fearless. You'll never force me to create biological weapons. The fake brother smiled coldly. You'll change your mind. Arc 3, The Final Assault. At sunrise, dozens of armored vehicles surrounded Evil Base number 3. Thousands of survivors stood ready. Moryan stood at the front wearing his crimson leather jacket. A strawberry lollipop rested between his lips. Beside him stood Lu Chen in his black commander's coat. Alexei, Kai, the chef, the clairvoyant doctor. Thousands of ability users. Behind them, an army of mutated beasts. The giant black wolf roared. The echoes echoed the mountains. Moryan pointed toward the fortress. Today, we end this. Arc 4, War of Humanity. The battle exploded. Thunder crashed from the heavens. Lu Chen's gravity ability crushed hundreds of zombies into the ground. Kai's fire phoenix illuminated the battlefield. Alexei's water dragons swept away mutant creatures. The chef's enormous thorn forest trapped enemy soldiers. Moryan summoned every contracted beast. Mutated wolves charged together. Gigantic bears smashed armored vehicles. Black ravens covered the sky. Giant serpents destroyed barricades. Explosions echoed endlessly. The battlefield became complete chaos. Arc 5, Saving Dr. Lin Xinyu. Inside the underground laboratory, Mo Yuan found Dr. Lin Xinyu still chained to a metal chair. She looked at him suspiciously. Who are you? Mo Yuan smiled while breaking her chains. The people who came to take you home. The fake brother suddenly blocked the exit. So, you finally came. He had injected himself with an experimental zombie serum. His body transformed into a terrifying mutant monster. Bones pierced through his skin. His strength multiplied. He laughed madly. If I can't rule humanity, then no one will. Arc 6, The Final Battle. The laboratory collapsed around them. Lu Chen arrived in flash of blue lightning. Mo Yuan and Lu Chen fought together perfectly. Thunder, gravity, beast contracts. The mutated black wolf pinned down the monster. The giant serpent trapped its legs. Kai's fire phoenix burned away the mutation. Finally, Mo Yuan concentrated every ounce of spiritual energy into a single strike. His crimson beast contract seal appeared beneath the monster. Submit or disappear. The monster screamed before turning into black ash. Silence returned. The fake brother was gone forever. Watching everything, the adoptive parents collapsed to their knees. We were wrong. Mo Yuan looked at them quietly. I forgave you long ago, but forgiveness doesn't erase consequences. He turned around without another glance. This time, he truly let go of his past. Arc 8, Humanity's Future. Back at Mountain Safe Zone number 2, Dr. Lin Xinyue immediately joined the clairvoyant doctor's research team. The two scientists worked day and night. 6 months later, they finally emerged from the laboratory, holding 2 syringes, one silver, one emerald green. The laboratory erupted in applause. Dr. Lin smiled through tears. We succeeded. The clairvoyant doctor continued. The silver injection prevents infection. The green serum can save people recently bitten before the virus completely spreads. Everyone stared in disbelief. Humanity finally had hope. Arc 8, A New Dawn. 1 year later, Safe Zone number 1 and Safe Zone number 2 officially united. Roads connected survivor settlements. Schools reopened. Hospitals treated people instead of preparing for death. Children played with mutated wolf cubs without fear. The giant black wolf became the symbol of humanity's new era. Final scene. Under the sunrise. As the morning sun rose above the mountains, Mo Yuan stood beside Lu Qian on the highest fortress wall. His strawberry lollipop rested between his lips as always. The space system appeared one last time. Main mission complete. All destiny targets successfully protected. Civilization survival rate 96.8%. Preparing permanent shutdown. The blue hologram slowly dissolved into countless particles of light. Mo Yuan smiled softly. Thank you. Lu Qian gently took his hand. So, what should we do now? Mo Yuan looked toward the peaceful world below. Children laughed. Families reunited. Fields stretched endlessly beneath the sunrise. Mutated beasts guarded humanity as trusted companions. He smiled. No more surviving. We finally get to live. Lu Qian leaned over and kissed him gently. This time, Mo Yuan didn't punch him. Instead, he smiled against the kiss as the first light of dawn illuminated the new world. The end.
Hey, don't forget to give thumbs up, give me a comment, and subscribe to see part 2.